This is not just a story of the past, it is a mirror held up to our present and our future. Opening World War II, fought between 1939 and 1945, was the deadliest conflict in human history. Nearly every continent was touched, every ocean crossed, every ideology tested. More than 70 million people perished, soldiers, civilians, and victims of genocide. Yet it is more than numbers. It was a war that reshaped the map of power, exposed the heights of human courage, and the depths of human cruelty. The descent into darkness. After the war to end all wars, the Treaty of Versailles left Germany broken, humiliated, and resentful. Economic collapse and political instability gave rise to Hitler's Nazi regime, Mussolini's fascists, and Japanese militarism. The world hesitated. Leaders appeased aggression, hoping peace could be bought. But by September 1939, Germany's invasion of Poland showed the price of hesitation, a world at war. Lesson for today. When injustice is tolerated in the name of short-term comfort, it grows into catastrophe. The Axis ascendancy. Hitler's blitzkrieg swept across Europe. Poland, France, the Low Countries fell like dominoes. Britain stood alone in 1940, battered in the Battle of Britain but unbroken. In Asia, Japan's empire stretched across China and the Pacific, its ambitions unchecked. For a moment, tyranny seemed unstoppable. Echo today, the fragility of democracy when bold aggression meets timid response. A world engulfed. In 1941, the war became truly global. Germany invaded the Soviet Union in Operation Barbarossa, expecting a quick victory. Instead, they awakened a giant. In December, Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor brought the United States into the war. Now, the conflict stretched from the frozen steppes of Russia to the jungles of Southeast Asia, from the deserts of North Africa to the skies above London. Turning the tide from 1942 to 1943, the Axis reached their limits. At Stalingrad, Hitler's forces were bled dry in a brutal winter. In North Africa, at El Alamein, the Allies turned Rommel's army back. In the Pacific, at Midway, American forces shattered Japan's naval power. Slowly, the tide of history shifted. Portent for today. Overreach often becomes the undoing of empires. The long road to victory. By 1944, the Allies pressed forward. D-Day opened a second front in Europe, while the Soviets surged from the east. Italy surrendered, though bitter fighting continued. Resistance movements rose within occupied nations, proving that even under the heaviest boots, the human spirit fights back. And yet, as the Allies advanced, they uncovered the Holocaust, death camps where 6 million Jews, alongside millions of others, were exterminated. It revealed not only war's destruction, but the terrifying potential of hate when fused with power. Today's lesson: never underestimate the danger of dehumanizing rhetoric. The End Game. The United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, ushering in both Japan's surrender and the nuclear age. Humanity had found a weapon so powerful it could end civilization itself. Results and reverberations. The results of Wiwukyu were immense. Allied victory, but at staggering cost. United Nations was born in 1945, a hope to prevent future world wars. US and USSR emerged as superpowers, setting the stage for the Cold War. Colonized peoples, from India to the Caribbean, asked, if we could fight for freedom abroad, why not at home? Decolonization was set in motion. Portend. Every major conflict births a new order, but also new tensions. Closing reflections. World War II teaches us that unchecked aggression, hate, and silence in the face of evil can destroy millions. It also reminds us of resilience, the courage of ordinary people who defended their homes, resisted oppression, and rebuilt shattered nations. Today, as nationalism rises, as wars break out in Europe and the Middle East, as nuclear weapons still linger, the echoes of 1939 to 45 remind us. Peace is fragile. Democracy is never guaranteed. The choices of leaders and the courage of people can still change the world. The past is never dead. It is not even past.